a incredible handyman, and I would like for him to make a video showing how to hook up one of these sprayers to your toilet. It's actually cleaner. You should be doing it anyway. Something to consider.
Challenge accepted. Okay, boys and girls, here's what we're going to do. We're going to convert your standard toilet into one with a bidet using over-the-counter parts that you can find at your local store. I happen to go to the Big Orange store. You can go to the Big Blue store, or you can go to your local hardware store and get these parts easily. The first thing we need to do is what's known as mise en place, which is a French term for get everything together you need before you get started. You have to, when I went to the Big Orange store, I went to the plumbing section and I got this piece first. This is a valve adapter, 3/8" compression fitting on one end, 2 3/8" male compression fitting on either end there. We then have to use this piece right here, which is an adapter, 3/8" female to 3/8" female. Looks just like that. Now the reason we have to do that is we have to step down to the tricky one. 3/8" outside compression fitting to 1/4 inch MIP. If you notice, that thread is slightly different than that thread. This thread matches that fitting. You only need this part, so we don't need these guys. This is your kitchen side spray hose with the oddball compression fitting, and this is the nozzle. I got these all in the same aisle. This is where you get your toilet feed lines from. You get these two in the brass section, and you get these two in the sink section, the sink repair section. I got these all in the one store just to show you that you could do it for one-stop shopping. When I was in Wally World, I found this one. I like the chrome plastic better than the white, so I'm going to use this one for our installation. These are going to go back to the store. All these can be purchased for about $25. All right, first thing we need to do now is get our tools together. This is your standard slip lock pliers, and the first thing you do with them is get rid of them. Worthless. I like a nice pair of channel locks. They come in handy for the multiple settings for different sizes, and you get a better grip with the rounded head. If you're lucky enough to have a 9/16 and 5/8 wrench, we're going to use them. They'll do the job nicely. Or you can use a Canadian hammer, otherwise known as an adjustable crescent wrench, in various combinations. I'm going to try to use just these two wrenches because I believe that's the easiest way to do it. In my bathroom, it's a little tight, so I set this fixture up in the vise to simulate what we're going to be doing. This is purely for filming reasons. You can easily do this in your own restroom without having this fancy setup. Okay, so easy a gorilla can do it. This is your standard setup that you'll find in your average bathroom. Shut off, flexible hose hooked up to the tank of your toilet. First thing you want to do is shut the water down. Sometimes when these have been sitting for a while, they need a little persuasion. You just slip your channel locks on there, give it a little snap, and then you should be able to turn that right down. Okay, that's off. You get it there, give it an extra little one. Next thing you do is you put a little container under there, because there might be some back pressure when you take off the hose, but it won't be a lot. Remember, your toilet is a sealed unit and you won't have to drain the tank or the bowl to do this job. You then get your wrench. You can use this one if you have one. You can use the adjustable plier if you don't have one of these. Reach right under there and hold it nicely. Slip your wrench right in there and give it a little turn. It should crack pretty easy. If you have to give it a little, make sure you're holding the bottom. If you have to give it a little, and you just get that going, and you'll spin this right off. You can leave it hanging on the bottom of the tank. And it should be no problem. You shouldn't have to remove it from the toilet. Okay. In the real world situation, this will be hanging off your tank. Okay, so the gorilla has a better union than the human, so the human is going to take over for a little bit. We're going to take this connector and we're going to wrap the fitting with Teflon tape. I like to go around a couple times and then just tear it off. Okay, and then we take our female to female connector. It has a rubber gasket inside. Mine was loose. I had to stick it in with my own fingers, and then we just fit them together just like that. You can screw them in hand tight for right now. Okay, and then we take our oddball connector. This is the 3/8 end, and this is the 1/4 inch MIB end. 3/8 compression fitting. Should go in hand tight. Okay, then we take our channel lock pliers and our 5/8 and we give it a good turn. Okay, if you don't like channel lock pliers, you take your crescent wrench and our 7/16, 9/16, and give that a good turn. That's okay what's happening right now. Or another option, you can take your 5/8, use your crescent wrench, use your channel locks, whatever floats your boat. Okay, then we can spin around to this side. This guy goes on here. We have a nice gasket down there, so no need for Teflon tape on that one. And then we will wrench it. Take our Wally World sprayer. That one goes on this end. And your supply line, which will be hanging, will go here. Now we'll go upstairs. Gorilla will take over and show you the finished project. Here we are upstairs in the bathroom. We're ready to install. You can see how tight it is back there. That's why we did most of our work downstairs. And we'll get back to you in just 1 second with the finished product. And there's the finished setup. Everything wrenched down nice and tight. Plenty of Teflon tape used on all the joints. And she seems to be holding rather well. There you go. I'll let you figure out the logistics of this end of it. And since we don't use this anymore,